Good afternoon on YouTube land. How is everybody doing? Well, just to give you a little bit of update of what's going on around here. Um, Wife is home, but she's all swelled up again, and she's on the lowest sodium diet that you can possibly get. It's totally impossible to get food without salt. We got the healthy choice. We get the meals with very low sodium and low sodium in the soups, and that's all we can do. So she's got it all back again, and well, I guess we're just going to have to live with it. Now, doing the best we can. Is not like, she don't have anything. She don't have hot dogs anymore. She don't have pepperoni anymore. She don't have cheeses anymore. And Thanksgiving, we had it to go. I think I mentioned that, and all the meals were good. The restaurant that we got it from cooked everything with no salt and everything else. But she started swelling up a week after she was home a little bit, and then right now she's back to what she was before. So we got the nurses coming and the whole 9 yards over again. So I haven't been in the mood to really work up in the shop here, but I've been busy. I got my wife a Samsung Galaxy Tab A Plus. I wanted to get it a S9, but those are like 3 times the price. I wanted to get it for her, but she's happy with this. It's better than the off-brand tablet she's got, and a whole bunch of things that I've got her. And I mentioned that the trouble with Amazon, I'm not able to. She had to order that, but that was a minor gift anyways. It wasn't anything really extravagant, so to speak. But overall, we had a good Christmas considering her health issues and everything. And she was going to make lasagna, and of course, as always, Stop and Shop delivery was always out of half the stuff. So we ended up having something else, and so that's all right. That saves a lot of work. There's a lot of work to making lasagna and stuff like that anyway. So overall, I think we're doing okay, and I got a few little things. I didn't want very much for Christmas. I felt that I got pretty much things I need for a guy my age, and then I had a little extra money, and I bought something on eBay for $38, and I'll show you over here. It's on charge. It's a 50 megahertz digital oscilloscope, digital multimeter combined. Hand mark or something like that. I'll read it to you. Get my magnifier here. It's HANMATEK H0102 handheld oscilloscope. It's on charge right now. It came with the case and the probes. The only thing it did not come with is there's 2 prongs here, male prongs sticking out. A calibration probe is supposed to plug in that, which gives you the 1 kc square wave to calibrate this. But I can get a 1 kc square wave out of any of my oscilloscopes over here. 1 kc square wave is a 1 kc square wave. It doesn't matter whether it's coming from here or whether it's coming from anything else. So I'll get you a little closer look at that. In addition to that, I remember telling you I ordered some vacuum tubes. 1T4s, at about 5 or 6 of them in the box, all 7-pin miniature various tubes, and out of 6 of them, only 2 of them tested with high grid leakage. And for $20 I got 50 tubes. So as I said before, if I get 4 or 5 of them out of that batch, I got my money's worth, because it's $20 with free shipping. So I couldn't beat that. And I'm going to get you over here so you can get a closer look at it. I'm using the Bob W1, and I'm going to get you over here so you can see a little bit of what's going on here. The dehumidifier is no longer being used. I got the electric heater going. I had it for about a month now going, and I got the scope on charge, and it came with everything except for that calibration. I can't seem to get a manual on that. For some reason, I can't get a manual on that scope. It didn't come with one. And the calibration, like I say, is not there. So let me take you over here. All right. So it's still got the screen protector on it, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner. The pictures look like it was scratched up, but that's the screen protector. So you got these 2 pins out here. So wires are in the way. You can see 2 male pins coming out of the side of the scope. And that's for the 1KC. It's a dual channel. Rechargeable battery, apparently. The battery was half down when I got it. It came with 2 probes for the digital multimeter part of it, which goes down here. Came with a little tiny screwdriver for adjusting your oscilloscope probes, of which you got 2 in here. And a nice carrying case, but no book, and no calibration probe, whatever that is supposed to be. So if I remember, I'll put a picture of it on the video here. So we'll let that charge. Now I've been testing the tubes that I've got, and these are some of the tubes that I've got. There were 50 of them for $20, which I think I showed you in the last video. Free shipping. So I don't have my glasses on. I don't know what I did with them. Oh well, I'm always losing my glasses. Always, always, always. 1T4s, which is what I wanted. I did a search for 1T4, which is what that radio needs, and that's why I got a 1T4 box sitting right in here with a new tested good tube. Most of these are new old stock. There are some used ones in guy said that they would be. Looks like a 1T6. I never heard of a 1T6. I can't read that. I'm not even going to try without my glasses. I just don't know. I'm always losing my glasses. Oh, here they are. Always losing them. 1S5. 1S4. 1S5. So I haven't tested those, of course. 1N54. Sound like a transistor. Or a diode. Anyways, so I was very pleased. I tested 6 1T4s, because that's what I needed for that radio. And 2 out of 6 were not good. But the other 4 were right up there like brand new. And no grid emission. So they're very, very good. And I would expect some more good tubes in here. So, that's the story there. On another note, you remember the fiasco with the 2003 Dodge Caravan, our minivan, needing a computer, which cost us $1,000. New old stock that came from Oregon, a dealer. And it cost us $1,800 to have that done. At the time, there was a problem with the key fob. When we tried both key fobs, it rendered the entire car not able to start. So they got that fixed. They had a program and everything. That was back when I had that was a few months ago. So everything's fine, but today I went to try out the key fob, the one we're not using. This is the one I use all the time. And that works fine. But the one my wife was using wouldn't do anything. I went out to the car. It was locked, and I unlocked it with this. Opened the doors, it was fine. Then I tried locking it with her key fob, nothing happened. Both of them were working. So I couldn't see the batteries. I couldn't see what I was doing. Nothing new. So I had my wife change the batteries, and I got the old ones here. The 2016 2016 thin 3-volt batteries. I think they're 3 volt a piece. I have to get a microscope to see. And it still didn't work. But before I changed the battery, I tried to set the alarm, lock the car, and unlock it with her key fob. Nothing happened. Then I went and tried mine, and it worked. But I wanted to get into the rear hatch, and it would unlock only part way, and it was like half locked. You know, like a hood latch will only catch on the, it catches on the second lock. Well, that's the way the back was. So the trunk lid was going like this, and I couldn't open it. I had to set the alarm again with my key fob, and then unlock it, and then it worked. So something is crazy with her key fob. I called the garage that did the computer. He remembers the job and me. So bring it over next Monday, and they'll see if he can fix the key fob. Now, when I tried to get these batteries out, there's a little tab on the side that presses against the side of the 2016 batteries. I felt my thumb hitting it and bending it back. I can't see what I'm doing. I got to go by feel. So I have never, ever, ever changed the batteries in a key fob. These, as far as I know, are the original batteries when we got the car. And I don't think the guy that I bought it from has ever had it changed either. So the batteries probably went dead. I don't know. But I asked the guy in the garage, I says, what happens if the batteries go dead? Am I still going to be able to start the car? And he said, yeah. But I says, what if it's locked? And I unlock the door with the key, which is nothing but a solid piece of metal. There's no batteries, no chips in here or anything. It's all in here. And I said, the alarm will go off. He said, yeah, but you start the car and it'll be okay. All right. I hate these modern, I know it's 2003, but to us, it's modern. I like the simple things, like the 90 Ford van. You didn't have these key fobs. You just had a key to unlock the door. And a separate key for the ignition. The good old cars are the best. So, I brought them in here to test them, which I'll do off camera. And we'll see what happens. But I don't know. This is pretty well worn out. This is the lock. This is the unlock. And this is the alarm. Get into a panic when you push that. Accidentally, we push that by mistake. I can't shut the damn thing off, even though I keep pushing it. So, I don't like these things. But anyways, I think the key fobs are a dealer thing, and you gotta be at the mercy of a dealer and let them put the batteries in and let the program. Now, the guy in the garage told me that did the job. He says the key fob won't lose the memory if the batteries go dead and you change them. But he also mentioned something about the key. There is no electronics in this key. There might be in the newer cars. All your electronics is in this thing hanging here. That's your electronics. There is nothing here. You can go to a key maker and make up a key. There's nothing electronic in the key. It's all in here, at least on the 2003 Dodge Caravan. So, this modern technology, this high technology, I'll tell you. Well, anyways, getting back on the scope here, it's supposed to be 50 megahertz. I don't know what year it came out. Now, I've got a nice little scope that I showed you before. It's around here somewhere. It's back there somewhere. That goes to 5 megahertz. Or does it go to 1? I think it went to 5. So when this is charged, I'll probably run it through its paces. Now, I don't know if this is a signal generator also. If it is, it uses those 2 prongs coming out with the adapter for the 1kc that comes out for calibration. But I really don't know, because I don't have that cable. What I do have, I showed you, got 2 oscilloscope probes here. I don't know what the bandwidth is on them, but this claims to be a 50 megahertz bandwidth, and I will run it through its paces to find out. So, overall, it's in good shape. The guy that had it is similar to what I do. I leave the screen protector on to protect it. And he took very good care of it, but obviously he lost the calibration special plug and cord that goes in. And I would imagine it would have a BNC on the other end to plug into channel A or B. And once it's charged up, I can play around with it. But I don't have a book on it. And there is another model that's newer than this that has a letter after it. Whether that's the same or not, that I don't know. I never heard of this brand, but I think it's a pretty good deal for $38 plus the tax and shipping. So with the tax and shipping, it was almost just a few cents under $50. And you can't even get an oscilloscope on eBay new that is over 1 megahertz for $50. If you want a 50 megahertz scope, the cheapest you're going to get one for is at least $200. Do I really need it? Well, it struck my eye. I said, why not? You know, at my age, you got to have something to play with, you know? So, and that's pretty much it. Tommy got a few things for Christmas, and I got some needed clothes and stuff like that, and the house is a clutter with the medical supplies, and now that we got the Christmas tree up, and the wheelchair is in the house, folded up, of course, and we got to keep moving that to get into things. But we got a storage shed, one of those, they're like a garbage can holder, but they're only about, I guess, 4 foot high and, let's see, trying to think, 48 inches wide, something like that. So it's going to be assembled by Home Depot because the weather is either too cold, raining, or whatever. And now today it's a nice day. We've been getting a lot of rain, and I think we're going to continue getting more rain. And so I figured to let Home Depot put it together, and we'll pay for delivering, and we can put the wheelchair in that. And unfortunately, it's going to get musty, even though the shed is supposed to be pretty well watertight. It's really not. It's not really a shed. It's like a deck box. Only we're having it down on the ground, and I got a pressure-treated platform of 2x4s and a sheet of 3/4 inch pressure-treated plywood that I had to have sliced down the middle so I can carry it in my 90 Ford van, because I can't carry a 36 inch by 55 inch piece of plywood, even if it was cut to size. So I had to have it cut down to 18 inches, 2 18-inch slabs, so I can get it into the van. And that's the way you have to do, because I don't have a pickup truck anymore, and it's sure do miss it, but it needed a lot of work, and way beyond what we can afford. So anyways, this is just want to give you an update on things. Nothing much else is happening here. I want to get back to this radio. I haven't done anything on it in a couple months. According to what I looked back on my video, it's been 2 months ago. I didn't realize it was that long. And I got some resistors I got to change here, and my eyesight is not getting any better, that's for sure. I might try putting a 1T4 in here, because the other one's got a high grid leakage. So we'll put this one in there. And these decoupling capacitors, what they call a bypass, there's 4 of them in there. There's 1.02, no, 1 0.5 and 3 0.2 microfarad decoupling capacitors or bypass capacitors, because the radio does make a little howling, and that's usually why that happens. I've seen a video on how to restuff this, but it's going to be way too tough for me to do. So if this works, I might not have to go in here. The only thing I'll change is the electrolytic, which I've already done. So that is that. So that's still charging, so I don't know how long. Charges lukewarm. It's not a USB-C plug. It's not that new. I don't know what year this came out. But I sure would like to have the book on it. I'll have to play around with it, but that's got a charge anyways. And other than that, nothing much is happening in the shop here. I think we're gonna let you go here. I flapped enough. We're kind of keeping a low profile. I'm watching videos, but you know, there's a lot on my mind with my wife. Medical issues and worrying about her being in the hospital again, which I hate to say was going to happen, especially if she falls. And it's hard now because she's got all that fluid back in her again, and it's so aggravating because she's cut down. She's way down on the salt intake, is like 1/4 the amount that she usually takes. She knocked off everything except we don't use salt, and we're getting the low sodium. You can't. It's impossible to buy frozen meals, soups, or anything like that has no salt in it. It's impossible. They don't make it. And I'm not one to cook. I have all I can do to take care of her. So this is why I really haven't been working in the shop too much. And with her on my mind and worrying about her, worry all the time. And everything bothers me, and that's just the way it is, because I'm worried about her. So the last thing I'm worried about is getting in here and doing some work in the shop. You know, so eventually I'll play around with this. I mean, for under $50 counting the shipping and the tax, you know, that's really all I bought on eBay. And everything else I bought on eBay, some items I bought for her. And the tablet got for her on Amazon, and she likes it. The only thing she's had trouble when she first got it, and it don't tell you in the book, even when she's using it, sometimes it shuts off and you gotta type in the password again to get into it, even though you're actively using it. It did that, I think, once or twice, and that seemed to have cleared up. I don't know. These Android tablets are extremely hard to use, just like a modern smartphone. Like I said before, I only use my smartphone about 5% of the phone, and I use it for voicemail, calling out, receiving calls. I don't bother getting the news and the weather on it, because as soon as you click on it, you get 1,000 ads. And no, I'm not paying an exorbitant amount of money to not have any ads. I mean, if I'm going to do that, I'll just get rid of it. Just go back to flip phone. So, if the fact that the flip phone was more money than the smartphone that we've got, I think it's the A14 Samsung Galaxy, it's $225 phone. Now that's not bad for a smartphone. Not this insane thousands of dollars for overpriced iPad, or whatever you call them, phones because you're just paying for the name. It's just like Starbucks. Overpriced, disgusting stuff. Overpriced. But we're not going to get into that. Oh, by the way, McDonald's is closed. The arches are gone. Our local McDonald's that you'll see me do many flaps in is no longer. The service has been getting very bad over there anyways. On the door it says they open at 6 a.m. in the lobby, and you can go there at 7:30 and the damn lobby's closed. So service has been going to hell in a handbasket. So we got another McDonald's that you saw us in, wishing you a happy New Year and Merry Christmas. We did that in another McDonald's. But I wouldn't be surprised if that closes too. We've already lost one Dunkin' Donuts here last year in town. But I don't buy in Dunkin' Donuts, not at almost $3 a cup of coffee, or damn close to it, when I could still get a cup of coffee for $1 senior at McDonald's. So, hey. And to me, McDonald's coffee, at least the ones up this way, tastes very good. I like it better than the farmhouse blend that Cumberland Farms sells. It's got a taste that I don't really like. Can't describe it. But McDonald's and my local restaurant that I go to, where I can get a full breakfast, if I get there before 8 a.m., and I'm an early riser, I get up at 6:15, but I can't get out the door until the daylight because I don't drive at night. But if I get to my local restaurant before 8 a.m., they have a breakfast special called the Early Bird Special. Coffee, eggs any style, home fries. In my case, I have a whole bunch of raw onion put on. Toast coffee, bacon, which I don't eat, and I can't chew them, and it's too salty anyways. Ham or link sausage. $8.59 counting tax. You can't beat that. You go to McDonald's and get the so-called big breakfast. I don't eat pancakes. I don't like pancakes. The big breakfast without the pancakes and the coffee costs me about the same amount of money, and 2 bites and a little hash brown is gone. When I go to my local restaurant, I get half the plate loaded with home fries. They know what I want. So that's my only vice in life. Tinkering around with this stuff and having a nice breakfast out. And I feel so bad that my wife can't get out. I bring her stuff home, but what I bring her home, she can't have salt. So she's very limited. And she doesn't always want anything big in the morning. See, my biggest meal is breakfast and about 4 cups of coffee. Gotta have my coffee in the morning. I have a coffee with my meal. I drunk that down. After I drunk that down, how dry I am, how wet I'll be if I don't go and take a pee. Anyways, at least I'd entertain you with some of my singing, huh? You don't like it? Well, I can't blame you. I don't either. Anyways, so I'll have a cup of coffee with my meal, and I'm finished with the coffee before I'm done with my eggs and 2 pieces of toast to soak up the egg, which I like eggs over medium. And the other 2, I put my strawberry jelly on, and I have a second cup of coffee with that. And then I'll sit there for a while, and I'll munch on it. I'll sip on a cup of coffee until that's done, and then I'll have one for the road. So I'll have 3. Most of them are refills, but not complete refills. Like I'm half down, and they come and refill me and heat me up. And there's no charge for the refills. So I would say 3 to 4 coffees, and that's it for today. That's it for the day. I don't do coffee flaps anymore. Very, very rare. So, and my son don't want to get up when he don't have to. So when he does get up, I say, I just got back from having coffee, Tom. I can't take any more, and he wants to go out for coffee. I just got back. Oh. Anyways, so Monday I got to go see the guy. But I'm going to test these here. These are the real skinny ones. So obviously the key fob takes 6 volts, 3 volts of battery in series. Hard job opening that too. Thought I was going to break it. Alright. I think we're going to end this video. It's very long, I know. I think we'll call it a day. Call it a day. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll probably play around with the scope. Whether I'll do a video on it or not, I might not, but I don't know. It's still charging, and let's see if that's running warm. Yes, barely. So, I don't feel any heat from the battery. So we'll see. Play around with it. Try to get a book on it. So thanks for watching, everybody. Probably eventually we may do an electronic video. It all depends on how things go with my wife. Take care. Have a good day and Happy New Year, everybody. Bye-bye.